Hello, my name is Brenda. I'm a seer channeler, a messenger for God. There's a couple more warrior and warrior when I gotta be. Pretty much that's been full time the last couple of years. Actually, never mind. A prophet. Oh, and a psychic investigator. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I keep forgetting that one. That was the first one I became. I just wanted to say, I don't know who can use this message today, but the Diddy thing was on my mind again, because I've been trying to come up with a prayer. I mean, he's still God's child, and he still deserves prayers too. The bad energy got into me that day and got out on the video. As you can see, I'm working on it. Trying to color the energy. Well, I was going to say pre-read prayer, but I just have a message. Holy Spirit reminded me this morning when we were going through some memories and that, and lessons that I had learned over the years. And I remember in 1987, I went to see Pink Floyd at the, I think it was the CNE, Canadian National Exhibition. I'm not sure. I went with someone. I bought my ticket, and that was it. And I paid for my part of the hotel room, I think. But we stayed at the Hilton Harbor Castle Hotel, and because Pink Floyd that was the only place close by that they came. They're a British, I think, band, or they were, and so they mostly stayed in the UK area, but they did go worldwide once in a while. And I got the chance to see them in 1987 when The Wall was pretty popular. And I remember the day we were driving up to our hotel, and there was a fuchsia pink limo out front. And that just told me, I didn't know Holy Spirit was talking to me then, but it just told me that Pink Floyd is staying in this hotel. It's the nicest one in Toronto, and they're here. It's right close by to the place. So I went about my day, and I had that in the back of my mind, and I mentioned it to my friend that I went with, and maybe her friends, I don't remember. There was like 5 or 6 of us that all went up to see him. And we went to the show. We walked over because it was close by, and we walked back, and we had, of course, had alcohol and Labatt's Blue on ice, maybe even Labatt's Ice and Labatt's Ice Light back then. But I know I was out of my light, and I even drank some of the blues. And then everybody kind of pooped out and went, and I just went on a rant. I was obsessed with Pink Floyd's in the hotel. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get an autograph. Had my shirt on. It was the one with the beds from their 1987 tour. I don't even remember the name of the tour. I'm sure my eyes were bloodshot as hell because I also smoked marijuana back then, and mixing it just never went with my body, the alcohol and the marijuana. So I don't know, but I was running around that hotel all that night. I was like, it's late. They had a concert. They're up till 2. Oh, and the thing that triggered me was we were going up to our room in one of the towers of the castle, and it was like midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning. I want to say it was really late. And at those places, the room service is usually closed, but there was some trays with meals on them. And so I asked the person. I was with my friend, and I don't know if I embarrassed her or not, but I said, Pink Floyd staying in the hotel. That's for them, isn't it? And the person didn't say anything, and they just quickly got off. And I didn't pay attention. I didn't see where they got off or nothing. And I went on about my night. And that's when I was hanging out with some of the other people. But then I just couldn't leave it alone. So then I just left. I put my little 110 flash camera in my pocket and a pad of paper that was probably from the hotel room and a pencil or pen. And I went walking up and down that elevator. And there were two towers in the hotel. So I went up and down, up and down, up and down, just all night till I found him. It might have been, I don't even know what time it was at night that I dared to ask, because I've never worn a watch or anything. And cell phones weren't around back then. But I did finally meet someone, and I knew he was a member of the band. I found out later he was David Gilmour. See, that's how much I didn't know about them. But back in 1987, there was no internet either. It was David Gilmour, and he got in the elevator, and he just looked frightened to death that he saw a human being. He was probably just thinking, I'm going, you know. Anyway, he had a book. And he had a beautiful gold watch. It was probably a Rolex, but I never had any interest in that kind of stuff, so I didn't really care. But I just noticed it's a really nice watch. And I didn't say anything. And he probably looked at me and saw the shirt and thought, oh shit. Well, I just looked at him, and then must be Holy Spirit guided me or something, because I just, a whole different attitude washed over me. I was like, look at him. He's just a man. He just worked all day. He just wanted to go and read this damn book and be left alone, you know? So I didn't say a word. I never got a picture. The thoughts went through my head, like, who cares if I have an autograph or a picture of him? What difference is that going to make, you know? He's just a man, and he just, you know, I wish now I had a great show, you know, but I didn't even think of that. I was just so obsessed with going to track him down and get a picture and his autograph to, you know, hey, look what I got, you know. And then I saw him, and I just couldn't even say hi or anything. I just let him go. That's the thing with these Diddy folks, you know, they're all just people just trying to make it in the world, and they got some bad advice. They took some bad invitations, and a lot of them got taken against their, not against their will, but they were invited innocently to an island, and they were taken, their cell phone was taken immediately. They got a free ticket there with no way home except through the people that brought them there. And then they make these people do these things, and then they feed them the food that's tainted and the drinks that are tainted, and, you know, and they ply them with these things. I don't know. I don't know who can use this message, but I was felt to share it today, and I hope it helps anyone. Have a great day, and God bless us all. Look at this. Clouds from Canada, but we still got sunshine. Yeehaw. Have a great day. Bye.